Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to install the various text editors that we may cross path with the Notepad++ that we have started, Visual Studio Code, and possibly Sublime. And all of them are text editors and you can use them for web technology, but each of them have its pros and cons. That's advantage and disadvantage. So depending on which one suits you, that is the one you are going to use. So quickly, let's go to our browser and let's start with Notepad++. So on the address bar, just type Notepad++, press enter key. So the first link that you have, just click on it, and by the left hand side where it has the current version, you click on the current version. So just scroll down. We have the 32-bit and the 64-bit. So depending on the bit of your system, so if it's 32-bit, make sure it's the installer you click, and if it's 64, also make sure that it's the installer you click. So you just click on the installer and you wait for it a little bit, then you click save. It's just 3 MB or so, so it's not heavy and it will download very fast. So after saving, you can actually click on this icon to take you to the download folder, or you can just click on it. That's for the people that are using Firefox, and it will open for you. You click on yes, and the installer will ask you to select languages, which will just go with the English language. Then you go next, I agree, next. Then you create shortcut on desktop, you install, and you click finish. So it will open this for you. This is a change log, so I'll just close it. So to save any work, I just press the space bar so that it will ask me to save it. Just go to file, then you can either use the save or the save as. So I will click on the save as. I want to save it on the desktop, so I go to the desktop, and I want to create a folder where I will be saving all the work, because we are going to embark on a project in these tutorials, where at the end of the tutorials we'll have a working website with all the links, dynamics, and everything in it. So I'll just right click here and go to new and go to folder. Then I will name my folder as WebTech. So I'll enter the folder, and in the folder I will now type index.html. Remember, extension for HTML is .html. So I'll click save, and you can see it rename it to index.html. So from here I can now start my work. Doc type HTML, go to HTML as my tag, and also remember to close it. HTML, I can go to head and also close head. I can go to then the title tag and my first website, and I close the title. Then under the head tag, before the closing tag of the HTML, I'll open my body and close the body also. Then it's within this body now that you can put whatsoever you want to put, and you can either go to file and click on save, which I've already done that, or you just press Ctrl S, it automatically save it. Is a shortcut for save. All right, so from here now you can just let me write here is a paragraph. So file, save, and from here I think we can go to run and F5 to run. Sorry, I have not yet set the application to use for the execution, so let me just run it through quickly. Go to local drive, depending on where your browser is. My browser is in the 86 folder and it's in the Mozilla Firefox. Let me see if I Mozilla Firefox. So I'll just click on the Firefox and open, then I'll click on run. Sorry, I encountered a problem with my browser, but nevertheless you can still go to your folder, in my computer folder, and I enter the desktop, and in my desktop I have a folder called WebTech, so I'll just enter it. This is my index.html. So in case if you're not seeing the extension and you really want to see the extension of your files, you can go to view, then option, the change folder option. You enter the view and scroll down to hide extension for non-file types. You make sure you uncheck that and you click apply and click OK. You can now see we have the index.html. So you just double click it, or you right click and select the browser you want to open it with, and you can see the title is my first website, and here is a paragraph as we write in our Notepad++. This is how to use the Notepad++. The second text editor that I'm going to introduce you and to show you how to install is the Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is not the Visual Basic or Visual Studio that we know. This is a text editor that supports so many programming languages like Python, the JavaScript, PHP, HTML, and so many programming languages that use text editors in writing their programs. In fact, even the Visual Studio also has Visual Basic. You can also use it to write Visual Basic codes. So in order to install that, let's just type VS Code, that's Visual Studio Code, and just go to the first one also, click on it, and right there you will see download for Windows. But if it is not Windows you are using and you need another one, just go to other platform. But for us, we'll go to Windows. And remember, you are downloading the stable view, the stable build. So I'll just click on it, and it will start downloading. It's about 56.3 MB. So I start downloading it. As you can see, it's going. So I will pause the video for a while. Alright, so welcome back. As you can see, the application has finished downloading. So I will click on it to start the installation. And I will click run. I'll click I accept. And make sure you check all this. Create a desktop icon, open with VS Code, and so blah blah, add to path, which is really necessary. Then you click on next and install. So I will just pause the video for a while now. So it has finished the installation. So make sure that Launch Visual Studio Code is checked, and I'll click on Finish. Let me minimize this. Alright, so here is the Visual Studio Code. And this one have more IntelliSense. IntelliSense means understanding keywords of a programming language or a markup language from the text or the ordinary text. So all these release notes, I'll just close it. So in order to write, let's open our index.html from here. So we just go to File. We click on Open File. So my file is in the desktop and WebTech. So WebTech, and this is the index.html that we have created. So I'll just click on Open. And you can see this is the code that we have actually write. So I'm going to clean all these things so that we will see the differences in the IntelliSense. So to start, I will just open my Angular bracket, and you see immediately as I open it, it shows me doc type. So I'll just press the tab key. The tab key, and it automatically writes that for me. So I can just write the HTML, which it shows me also, then close the Angular bracket, and it closed the tag for me. So I don't have to be writing the tags, and I can just write just a normal text, and it will show me what I want, like the head. Just press the tab, and it will put it for me in the Angular bracket, and also close the tag for me. So I can have title. You can see how easy it is. My first website. So under the head, I will now get the body, tab, then paragraph, tab, welcome everyone to Visual Studio Code. You can see the IntelliSense here is so great that it automatically knows the keywords of the language you are using and try to ask you if that is what you want to write, and if that is what you want to write, it completes the code for you. That is what IntelliSense is, and you can see for Visual Studio Code is far more better than that of the Notepad++. And one more thing with the Visual Studio Code is that you can actually open a whole folder. I mean, you can open a whole folder and do all your work. The moment you are saving, it will be entering the folder. It's just like a workspace. You create a folder which is called a workspace, just like our web tech folder. So what I will do now is that I will close the Visual Studio Code and open the web tech folder as a workspace. So here I will just close it, and on my desktop, this is actually the folder, but let me show you where it is. On the desktop, then web tech. So I enter the web tech, and I right click on an empty space in the folder. I say open with code. So as I open with code now, it will automatically open that folder for me. Just a little bit while. Sorry. So you see, as it opened, when you check at the left hand side, you see the WebTech. WebTech is the name of the folder that I just opened, and this is our file index.html. So anytime I want to add a file in this folder, all I need to do is to come down here and click on new file. Or if it's a folder I want to create, I can just go to new folder and it will create the folder inside my working folder. So I will just create another file and I will name it about.html, and I'll press enter key to save it. So the moment I press enter key, you can see it open it for me, and I can begin to work on this about.html. Doc type HTML, head, title, about us, then body, P, say this is about us, and you can press Ctrl S also to save, or you can go to file and you click on save and it will save the work for you. So this is Visual Studio Code, and now henceforth I think we'll work more better with the Visual Studio Code, since in the advanced level is this Visual Studio Code that we'll be using. So it's better we get used to it, practice through it, and see how we can just write some few codes, try some few IntelliSense, and see how good you can get with it. And I will see you in the next tutorial. Thank you.